Welcome to the Modernism and Harlem Renaissance course. My name is Anna Farias and I'm going to be your instructor for this course. The course runs from week 36 to week 45. The exam is on November 8th from 9 to 14. There will be 2 resits, and the information about the exam and the resits is up on Blackboard under Exam and Assessment. In this course we're going to be looking at modernist literature and literature from the Harlem Renaissance in the United States. The Harlem Renaissance has to do with Harlem in New York City, and Harlem in the 1920s and 1930s, which is the time period that we're looking at, was a very active place. It was the place where jazz was born, and it was a place of a lot of cultural innovation, as well as musical innovation. There was a lot of meetings of artists, authors, and political activists in Harlem. So very much an interesting place to be at during the 1920s and 1930s. We are going to be looking at 5 different novels. We are going to be looking at The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. We're going to be looking at Zora Neale Hurston's Their Eyes Were Watching God, Kate Chopin's The Awakening, Djuna Barnes' Nightwood, and Henry James's What Macy Knew. The objectives of this course is for you to learn about and to practice working with critical theory and literature. And the reason we do that is the reason stated by Marina McKay in the Cambridge Introduction to the Novel. This is the book that was used for many of the chapters that you studied for the English 1 to 30 level. In Why the Novel Matters, she states very clearly that what academics are interested in is how fiction, how narratives reflect the culture in which they are created. So how do the concerns, the ideas, the situations created in the novels, created in realist novels, I should point this out, created in realist novels, how do they, what relationship do they have to the society in which they were created? Because the idea is that they have a relationship, that the authors are writing about these things because they are concerns that are circulating at the time. And so that is one of the main reasons we look at literature. We also look at literature in order to understand the relationship between different novels, the development of genres. For example, what is the relationship between About Last Night, which is a very recent novel, or About That Night by Julie James, to a novel like The Awakening. Both are in one sense love stories, but they're very, very different love stories. Julie James' About That Night is more a traditional romance, even though it is very modern and it deals with sexuality and issues in relationships in a way that Jane Austen wouldn't have thought to do, or that Kate Chopin wouldn't have thought to do. But it's still it's a happy ending novel. Whereas The Awakening deals with the role of women in relationships. It's very much one of the first feminist novels to appear, and so it's interesting for that reason. Their Eyes Were Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston is interesting because it's written by an African American woman. Well, that's one of the reasons it's interesting. But they have some similarities, but they're also very, very different novels. And so literary specialists are interested in why do these novels appear? Can we answer that question? What is it they say about the society in which they were created? What do they say about the authors who created them? What do they say about the readers who read them? So your job is going to be to put these novels in their social, historical, and cultural context, and I'm going to be helping you with that. Your job is also going to be to come to understand different critical theories, and so we're going to look at psychoanalytical criticism, structuralist criticism, gender theory or feminist criticism. We're going to look at gay and lesbian theory. We're going to look at cognitive criticism and historical criticism, of course. And you are going to be learning the difference between a theory and an analytical concept, very important to come to understand in order to write about write analyses about literature. And so you're going to be doing that. You're going to be using your knowledge from the English 1 to 30 course about focalization and the difference between internal and external focalization, zero focalization, narrators, different types of narrators, different levels of narration, deep structures of narrative. All those things, you're going to be using that, having an opportunity to show your understanding of those ideas, those concepts in your writing about the novels in relation to critical theory. Critical theory reflects ideas in society from the social sciences and from cultural studies. The course is divided into 5 units. You'll spend 2 weeks on each unit. Each unit will focus on one of the main novels, as well as have some other readings, poems from Langston Hughes, the short play by Susan Glaspell in one of the units with The Awakening. So there'll be some short readings as well as working with the theory. In the theory, I have provided review questions in order to help you work your way through the theory. We won't do everything in Lois Tyson's book, but we will focus on enough so that you'll get a clear understanding of how the theories work, or how some of the theories, some of the ideas they've proposed work, and how those can be used in relationship to the novels that we will be looking at. Every Tuesday during these 10 weeks, there will be a 1-hour question and answer session live from 1 to 2 p.m. If you can't attend it, there is a forum created where you can go in and write your questions that I will then answer in the Q&A, and the Q&A, a recording of the question and answer session, will be made available after it closes. The exam is on November 8th from 9 to 14. It's a writing intensive exam, so you really need to come prepared. The exam looks back at the group discussions. You will be evaluated on the group discussions in the sense of having participated in them, and in your ability to reflect back on those discussions and relate them to your understanding of how to work with the literature. That covers the basic outline of the course. Look at the course overview to get an idea about the course goals again. Look at the schedule. Look at the readings for the first week, for week 36. Look at the questions. Get an idea of week 37, what you'll be doing there. Get an idea of how the group discussions work. And then for the first question and answer session, come prepared with your questions, and I'll be happy to answer them for you. There will be short little video clips on the theory. I won't go through everything live or everything with you like this on video, but I will give you an idea of how to read Lois Tyson, and the questions will definitely help you on working through that material. Okay, welcome to the course. I look forward to getting to know you. I look forward to reading your exams at the end of the course, and to reading your group discussions. I won't comment on everything. I won't participate in the group discussions, but I will be looking at what you do, and it will play in to your grades at the end of the course, because of you will be asked to give an account of it on the exam. Alright, that's what I have for you today. Welcome to the course, and happy reading.